How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Last Hero of Nostalgaia 100% walkthrough. So, I would recommend setting a tether at this beacon, and as you can see, we have the Golden Guard armor on. That is going to mitigate some of the degradation damage on some of the enemies we are going to face shortly. Not immediately down here, but in a little bit. So, heading down into NPC City, continuing on our quest.
Hero!
You can hear that was Merkel. Be seeing him in a bit. So we got a memory saber. Gonna be remembering that at another location in a little bit. As you can see, strength weapon. Alright. So down here, kind of an ambush. You can see you get a big boy trolling over there. And watch out for that guy that pops up behind you, which I neglected to do. So just line these guys up. These guys actually do an unnecessary amount of damage, so just watch out for that. Right to the left there is a shortcut we will get in a few minutes here. So, wait for that big guy to come back, because if you go up too far, there's another couple enemies up there. There's a haunted knight up there, right there, as you can see. And to the left, there's an archer. So, just wait for this guy to come down. Careful for that spin to win. That was interesting. Okay. So he gives you his weapon, which costs a bit of memory to remember. The archer I mentioned.
If you want to heal the heart that actually matters,
As I mentioned before, Reservoir of Pain pops up quite a bit in these areas, but that is for convenience when you are doing his quest. So let's take this haunted knight down, and of course I missed that. There we go. Okay. In this room, you can get a little dicey. I like to try and take out this guy. Of course, he hit me in the last time there. Okay. Out of shurikens now. At least that took a little bit of his health down. So there's another enemy down here. I forget what it is. I forget if it's I think it's a miner guy. Yeah. Okay. So. Let's take out this guy. another Fable glitch there. Okay, that's that shortcut as I mentioned. We will be unlocking that shortly. Now down here is another important item, the last Easy Maker key, and you should recognize this. It's that item that we can get in the depths. So that is the Drake saber. That costs a fair amount of memory to remember as well. I can find it here. There we go. So 8,000, as you can see. And that's the memory saver. Okay. So let's go up this ladder. Now this room up here is kind of riddled with enemies. A couple traps and ambushes waiting for you, so just be careful. You can see there's a crossbow guy over there. There's a guy hiding behind the boxes right there. So let's pull him out. Okay. Those guys. And the archer should come out of his hiding spot. Oh god. Okay. So nothing here. Nothing back here either. It's just a little hiding spot for him. There is a guy in the ceiling right here. Watch out for that. These guys in this area, the way they're dressed and kind of the environment of this area reminds me of Yharnam from Bloodborne quite a bit. Those guys. Now over here we have to use our go flat ability. And grab the butter annihilator. And right here, if this looks familiar, that kind of looks like a shield that we got before. That is because we need to remember the perfect fit right here. Okay. So going back across. Up here, just down the ladder we go. Just a memory item in here. Alright, now over here, a bunch of dudes. First up we got 2 werewolves. Kind of aggro at the same time, so. Okay. Oh boy, can I get out of the corner? try this again. There's one. And two. Yeah. Much better that time. Alright. So there's still a fair amount of guys over here. Pull this knight up here. Reason being, on the other side there is a couple guys with umbrellas. There is one of those mermen guys that likes to cast stuff. So it's just a good idea to pull that knight up here and then go on the other side and pull everything over to you. Yeah, so here comes one guy. Wow, I don't know how that missed. Those guys run around this crap. Here we go. Got him. And there are still a couple archers over here. Thought there were two. Oh, there you are. Oh, you were really hiding. Okay. It's those guys. Oh. Hey, buddy. Okay, that elevator will take us to the next area. As you can hear by the clanging, we have a anvil in here.
This anvil must have been brought here from one of the NPC's workshops. We used to retreat to our staging rooms to recuperate and to repair our battered costumes, but these ain't costumes being forged here. This anvil has been pounded with hatred. I'll use it out of love. I remember who I am. Tradition is more than any instance of its work. The full power of the Smith's hammer is restored. We serve you always, hero.
There we go. So there's the final upgrade for our weapon. So if that is the case for you as well, you should get a trophy for that, for upgrading your weapon to the maximum level. As you can see,
the hammer serves the hero always.
There are a number of new infusions that we can do as well. So now let's look at these other weapons, because I did not do that before. The Utter Annihilator, that costs memory as well. Fair amount. And the Waylighter, it's a quality weapon that costs 8,500 as well. Oh, crap, I missed an item over there. Trying to think how to get that now. Oh, crap. Oh boy. Forgot about that werewolf too. Alright, buddy. Come on. I don't know how my torch just came out right there. Okay. Took a bunch of unnecessary hits right there. Oh. Damn. Forgot about everybody in this room. Jeez. Okay, so down here, over there, we will open that shortcut that I mentioned. And another Legend of Independence right there. Nothing in here. Okay. Let's head down. Open this nice little shortcut. And let's get this chest over here. This is another rune. Yeah, it's a little dark over here, so pick that torch out. Stern Glare, that is an important item that we will need to remember at the Heart Flow altar. That is related to the Innocence questline. Very important. Okay, that item is gonna bug me. I honestly forget how to get there. How to get it. I want to say it's probably back at the beginning where that that haunted night was before we went into that room. I think I should have gone down the street a little further. So here's that rune that we picked up, damage on low health. I will investigate that after I stop the recording here, and I will let you guys know. I'll put a probably a timestamp or something in the video and a note just to let you guys know. It's like I said, good idea to take out the torch just to see where the pits are. Yeah, I think that is how you get that item, so I will definitely put a note in the video. Okay, so going down this elevator, we will go to take us to start of a sequence, the next area. these guys first.
Every hero who spawned upon Nostalgaia, I told their tale, defined their tellings. This is the end of your story.
Okay, so directly behind us is the start of a sequence. But let's get this first. Nice little shortcut. And this is kind of why I said to tether at the Hall of Heroes, because it just generally kind of helps out here. Because right now, see, that shortcut was that elevator, so it takes us back here again. So it's just kind of helpful to have that set here. So we're gonna head back down, I think. Yeah, I think, looking at the time, I think we'll venture forth here.
Suddenly, we loathe you.
Alright, so these guys are the next enemy that we will be farming to get their armor set. They are pretty annoying. Do a fair amount of damage too, and they can wombo combo you pretty bad. So just be careful. As you can see, these are the enemies I was talking about where they'd be doing degradation damage. So with our armor, we are protected from that a bit. Still get the build up a little bit, but not nearly as much. We're wearing something else. Okay, now these enemies are nasty. They will disappear and go behind you, like that. And they're pretty tanky too, as you can see. Best way to fight them is if they come, you see them disappear. It's kind of hard to do quickly enough, but if you can run towards an edge of one of these platforms and turn, put your back to the edge of the platform, they will try to go behind you and they will fall.
You coward!
But it's kind of tricky to do quickly enough. Oh. Yep, watch out for the train. I didn't quite roll out of the way in time. Okay. Okay, so
I trusted you. I believed in you. Suddenly, get stabbed in the back, Sticky.
I would recommend just kind of running through here and grabbing these items. because as you can see, these guys are plentiful here. So just run around, get these items, and then you can kind of kite them over here through this door. Here's our next beacon. Kind of lead them down the stairs here. This is a good way to farm them up for their armor set as well. Kind of single file. Decent amount of memory too, 636 each. So, really the optimal way to farm these guys up. Go in that room before the beacon here, gather them all up, and then come back in, let them chase you, and just kill them all on the stairs, and eventually get that armor set. We will be remembering that later on. So, I think I have forgotten to go and remember the stern glare at the Heartflow altar. So we should go do that as well. I'm going to remember these other items right now since I have more memory. But since we... Oh, yeah, you have to be somewhere else for that one. Since we have that tether set for the Hall of Heroes, we can just warp there. Apologize that I did not do that before, but there is a fair amount to remember. So, way later. We actually need to remember the Heart of a Hero armor that we used for a good portion of the game here. Get some additional stats on that now. Okay. So yeah, going to warp back to the Hall of Heroes. Really, it's no big deal. We have that shortcut back to the start of a sequence, and once we go do this, we can fairly easily just truck on through and run straight through back to that beacon without fighting any enemies, honestly. Pretty straightforward run. So yeah, need to come out here, go below, somebody actually pointed out that this looks like Firelink Shrine, and I don't know why I didn't notice that before, but it certainly does. Alright, so we need to go down here. And remember the stern glare, and also you should go over to the shop at this point. I'm not going to show that. You guys should know how to get there by now. And give her the last easy major key. That there are no weapons or anything at this point. It's just updating her stock, but we do need to do these things before we face off against a narrator. So hopefully you're all doing well. We will continue on in the next one. Stay tuned. More coming at you. Take care.